They are still whining. Yes, you heard that correctly. William and Charles are still whining about Harry releasing a paperback version of Spare. The new narrative is that Prince Harry's decision to release the paperback edition of his memoir Spare was a calculated move to disrupt the royal family's plans. And I am just wondering, what plans? This narrative is as misguided as it is laughable. According to the Daily Express, the timing of the announcement coinciding with the royal family's vacation at Balmoral and King Charles's upcoming appearance at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Samoa is highly suspect, hinting at an agenda to overshadow the monarchy. In other words, they are claiming that Harry stole the thunder from William and Charles. Dear viewer, pause and laugh for a minute, because this argument falls apart under scrutiny, as it ignores the reality that the royal family was not generating any thunder to be stolen. Let's dive deeper. Let's begin by addressing the core of this claim, that Prince Harry's paperback release was an intentional move to disrupt the royal family's activities. The suggestion that Harry's announcement stole the royal family's thunder is absurd because, as we said, there was no thunder to steal. The royal family was on vacation at Balmoral. They were not engaging in any significant public activities or making any major announcements. How can one steal something that doesn't exist? The idea that the Sussexes, particularly Harry, would deliberately time the release of a paperback edition to overshadow a vacation is not only far-fetched, but also reveals a fundamental misunderstanding of how book releases work. The publication date for a book is typically set months in advance, taking into consideration various factors such as production timelines, market strategy, and contractual obligations. The idea that Harry would have had the foresight and desire to manipulate the timing of his book's release to coincide with the royal family's vacation is giving him far too much credit for cunning and far too little for common sense. The Daily Express, or dare I say the Royal Rota's argument that the absence of new chapters in the paperback edition of Spare is a warning shot to the royal family, is equally ridiculous. If anything, the fact that the contents of the book remain unchanged should be a relief to the royal family, not a cause for concern. It suggests that Harry is not interested in reigniting old controversies, but is simply fulfilling his contractual obligations as an author. Moreover, the claim that the paperback's release will overshadow King Charles's appearance at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Samoa is yet another example of manufactured drama. King Charles, as the newly crowned monarch, will be attending this meeting for the first time. It is unlikely that the release of a paperback book, however controversial, will detract from the attention this event should receive. The fact that the Royal Rota feels the need to frame this as a potential crisis for the monarchy speaks volumes about the insecurity that pervades the institution. In addition to that, the royal family's apparent obsession with thunder security, the idea that they must constantly guard against being overshadowed by others, is emblematic of a deeper problem within the institution. This insecurity is not limited to King Charles, but extends to Prince William, Kate Middleton, and even Queen Camilla. For years, the royal family has operated under the assumption that they must be the centre of attention at all times, and any deviation from this narrative is perceived as a threat. This mindset is not only unhealthy, but also counterproductive. It creates an environment where the focus is on maintaining appearances, rather than addressing the real issues facing the monarchy. Instead of worrying about being overshadowed by Harry and Meghan, the royal family should be focusing on their own work and making meaningful contributions to society. After all, if they were truly secure in their roles and the impact they were making, they wouldn't feel threatened by a book release or a charity tour. It is important to recognize the role that the British media plays in pushing forward the myth of thunder theft. Tabloids like the Daily Express thrive on creating drama and conflict, often where none exists. By framing Harry's paperback release as a calculated move to disrupt the royal family's plans, the media is feeding into a narrative of division and rivalry that serves their own interests, selling newspapers and generating clicks. The media scrutinizes every move Harry and Meghan make and often interpret it in the most negative light possible. The timing of Harry's book release is just the latest example of this. Rather than celebrating the fact that Harry's memoir has resonated with so many people and has had a significant cultural impact, the media chooses to frame it as an act of sabotage against the royal family, as if everything in the world revolves around the monarchy. That said, at the heart of this issue is the question of Prince Harry's intentions. The media would have us believe that Harry is constantly scheming to undermine the royal family. But the reality is much simpler. Harry is a man who has experienced tremendous personal growth in recent years, and he is using his platform to advocate for causes he believes in. His memoir, Spare, is an honest and unflinching account of his life, and its success is a testament to the fact that people are hungry for authenticity and transparency. Harry's decision to release the paperback edition of Spare without any new chapters is not a calculated move to disrupt the royal family's plans. It is a continuation of his commitment to sharing his truth and using his voice to make a difference. The timing of the release is coincidental, not conspiratorial, and it should be viewed in that light. Moreover, the suggestion that Harry is somehow competing with King Charles or the royal family is misguided. Harry has made it clear that his focus is on his own family and his own path. He has no interest in being part of the royal machinery that he has worked so hard to escape. His work, whether it's through his memoir, his charitable endeavours, or his advocacy for mental health, is not about overshadowing the royal family, but about making a positive impact on the world. The narrative that Prince Harry's paperback release was a calculated move to disrupt the royal family's plans is nothing more than a manufactured crisis. It is a reflection of the media's obsession with creating drama and the royal family's insecurity about their own relevance. In reality, there was no thunder to be stolen, as the royal family was not engaging in any significant public activities during their vacation at Balmoral. The focus should not be on trying to undermine Harry's success or framing his actions in the worst possible light. Instead, the royal family and the media should be celebrating the fact that Harry is using his platform to make a difference. The real disruption is not Harry's book release, but the continued pettiness and insecurity that plague the monarchy. It's time for the royal family to let go of their obsession with thunder security and focus on the work that truly matters. After all, as Harry has shown, real impact comes not from playing the game, but from changing it. Thank you for watching. Thank you.